Hello, everybody. It's CJ Miller. I'm in my apartment in Shreveport, Louisiana, getting ready for the holiday meal. I've got people coming over this evening, uh, and that way they can spend time with their family at home during their holiday things, however they celebrate. And then if they can come over in the evening, and I'm kind of a, I'm a nocturnal kind of person anyway, so it works for me. I want to invite you to come to Shreveport Bossier. Check us out. Lots of fun things to do. And of course, this year I've done some away things away from home, probably a little bit more than typical. I've taken a trip to Dallas, an overnight trip to Dallas, just to run off and do something. And that was for my birthday. And then, let's see, in October, I have, the end of September going into October, I've got to go down to New Orleans and take that Carnival cruise. And so I'll get to do that and all the places that it goes. And then I've got to go back again to New Orleans towards the end of October for another fun-filled event that I'll tell you more about later. Uh, so it seems like I'm running off to do a lot of fun things, but I promise you there are great things to do here. We just had a Sister Hazel band. They did a concert. I didn't go to it. I can't go to everything that I want to. Heart will be playing here. Three Dog Night. Lots of classic bands come here. Classic, awesome ones come here too. So Patti LaBelle. We get Patti LaBelle here. Oh my God, she's wonderful. So this cake is a Betty Crocker yellow cake mix, and I prepare it a little differently. I prepare it the way it says on the box, but instead of oil, I use uh, unsalted butter, and I use a little bit more than what is called for, and I chip it. Uh, and it works with the way that I whisk it with a good fork. And then, of course, when it gets a little stiff, and the cake will get a little stiff, what I like to do is I like to get to just the consistency that I want, and it actually kind of thins it out and uh, makes it spread a little bit better for the cake. Uh, to get two layers, is I use just a little bit of whole milk. Uh, uh, and What I did once I separated it was I took some powdered sugar and I put on top of each layer of the cake, each of the cake pans as I baked them in the oven. Put them in the oven, turned the oven on, and I was preheating. I put them in the oven at preheat. And basically, when I do that, I know that my oven's great. Uh, so you just know your oven, know how it works. Some cook a little bit hotter than others. Mine cooks wonderfully, and I was able to pull it out, stick a toothpick in it, realize it was perfectly done. Frosting the cake, I put a little frosting in between the layers, uh, and then I actually could have rendered more frosting off the top of this cake to spread a little bit more evenly around the sides, but I like to take the back of my utensil, in this case it was a spoon, and basically just kind of turn and spiral. And that's how I spread, and go work my way to the center. Uh, and even from the height of these ridges, I obviously could have gotten a lot more frosting off this cake to spread on the bottom, but I got to a point where the pattern looked fun to me on the top. It was great. So basically, and just for the sake of garnish, and to give kind of like a visual cue as to something that was added to this, I used a crumble of brown sugar for garnish. Okay, over here, this is the bread. Now, when I started working with this yesterday, it was a ball, not much bigger than my fist, and it is risen to this. I let it rise very well, then I let it sit overnight, and then yeah. So it's very, I dust it with a lot of flour on the outside, and that's by design. That's by design. What I'm going to do is, and it's spread with a lot of butter and everything too. This is it's a very flavorful bread. It's very hearty, but it's also very flavorful. And By the time dinner comes, it will be room temperature, which is how we want this. You don't ever want to take a bread fresh out of the oven and eat it while it's really warm like that, because it can give you a bellyache. Uh, especially if you're younger. Young tummies and really really warm bread usually equate to a tummy ache at some point because there's still some fermentation happening when you first, you know what I mean. That's kind of what happens. We get this breakdown, and the things that the sugars and the things that naturally happen with the fermenting bread like this is that the sugars and the yeast and everything, they come together and they create a chemical reaction of carbon dioxide, which creates rising in the bread dough, and alcohol, which evaporates during the cooking process. But it's basically a hooch, and if you pulled that off, and got enough of it, you'd get a good alcohol buzz going on. That hooch is a real thing. Uh, Look at these designs that I cut on top of it, and you'd see them better. But I've got this, uh, well dusted and buttered and everything. I just want powerful flavor for this meal, and the reason why this bread has to be hearty and stand up is because of what I'm going to show you now. What's working in this pot is a teriyaki flavored base. I started with bacon, onion, chopped garlic, just kind of coming together, incorporating those flavors in the bottom of this pan. When it got ready, when I got prepared for it, when you do like a large amount of bacon, it's not like it's fast. You know what I mean? So the purple onions and everything. So anyway, when I got it ready, then I put the sauce in, the teriyaki sauce. I have a blend that I use that I love. It's just you can get a good teriyaki sauce at any of your Asian stores, or your at the aisle of in your supermarket that's special, that has those things. There's usually like here's some Asian foods, Mexican foods. You can find that aisle. Then you can experiment and find something that you like to work with. What else? Yeah, so these are lamb chops, the shoulder cut lamb chops, but I'm cooking them really, really slow to make them tender. If you do really, really fast, they're going to get tough. Lamb has a naturally potent flavor. That's why I'm using potent flavors with the rest of this meal, so there'll be a good balance. Hang on, let's see what's down. Something else that I did with that bacon, onion, and garlic. Hang on, let me show you. Check this out. This is a really, really good, hearty um, uh, cheesy scallop potato. And I say scallop because I used the bacon and the onion and stuff in the sauce that I poured over it. It will drip, but I've turned off the heat, and this is going to sit in here just until it cools for a little bit. I'm going to let it sit in the oven. But yeah, this is great, and this is right where you want it. The top of that's going to be crunchy. Inside of it's going to be very soft. Lots of texture, a lot of hearty flavors to go with this meal. Okay, and to start it out, there's going to be like a pre-course, like an opening, an amuse-bouche, you should say, of it's a twist on a stuffed egg Easter. I have some eggs that someone gave me, and so yeah, did like out of their chicken egg thing or whatever. So yeah, what I did was basically boil the eggs, took the yolks out, put them with some minced chicken, and I like the minced chicken out of a pouch rather than a can. But if you could really do it, just get your chicken, uh, breast and grill it yourself and mince it yourself or whatever if you want to. But it really this worked well because they add a little bit of salt to those packets, and I don't necessarily feel that I need to add salt to an egg salad or chicken salad when I'm using a packaged chicken for this. You can use tuna just as well for this, but I used, and what I did was I minced up the yolk with some mayo and the chicken, a little bit of this and that, mostly just a touch of cilantro because I love cilantro or something like that. So it's kind of, we start out with kind of a lighter flavor and then we're going to kind of move into the heavier stuff. So it's like we start out, and then I'll have like some crackers and some extra salad off to the side other than the eggs, that are stuffed. And then basically, I'm going to make this down home sausage. We love this stuff here in Shreveport Bossier. This isn't a product push for any sort of compensation. I just love this stuff. And I'm going to have that off to the side. I'm going to brush it with a little barbecue sauce and, kind of cook it down and then serve it. Just something to have on the side of the the lamb chops, it's just really cool. And then of course I have that cake and dessert. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun day. I like to do holiday meals like an Easter or something a little bit later. That way people can get out and enjoy what they do. Egg hunts or whatever, I don't know. But for me this time it's just going to be myself and a friend and his daughter. They're going to come over and we're just going to hang out, and keep it fun. But the reason why I cook so much when I do something like this is because I don't want to have to cook like this and then turn around and cook tomorrow. So I cook ahead for a couple of days. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, there we go. I want to say to everybody, hope you have a wonderful holiday. Hope by now you're getting some rest after a full holiday. And love and light. Bon appetit. Good night.